New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew joins me now. Congressman, good to see you. Supply chain problems continue to plague the country. And as Ashley points out, the Fed addressing it yesterday, saying, at least for now, we are not making progress here. But the administration wants to say that it's all going to get cleaned up soon. Your thoughts?
Well, the Fed is telling it how it is. You know, my thoughts are, I mean, in all honesty, this administration and this majority Congress is just a cascading failure, and it just gets worse in so many ways. For example, I mean, we should be doing a lot more at the ports, and I want to see our stuff getting shipped out, not only bringing other stuff in, and that is one of the problems we have. Real leadership from the president. He would be creating a policy in which we were starting to begin, at least, to manufacture more of our own goods, make more of our own goods, put pressure on companies to build America, buy America, be America. He's not doing any of that. He hasn't done really anything major about the ports. And, you know, worst of all, you talked about the shortage of truck drivers. So his answer is to require them to get the to get vaccinated, which is even going to pull more. And I've talked to the association, pull more truckers out of work because they're not going to do it. Some of them are not going to do it.
No,
so
you're 100% right. In the trucking industry, the vaccine mandate, it has become very polarizing. And part of this isn't just, as you said, exactly what we're seeing happen at the ports, but it's also the labor shortage, right? We want to get people back to work. We want to incentivize them to get back out there. And yet, for some reason, they're still staying home.
Yep. And you know how bad it is? This is something I just want you to think about. So the speaker wants us to wear N95 masks rather than the regular surgical masks that we were wearing in the Capitol. So she was nice enough to give every congressman and every senator a package of masks. They're made in China. But the sad part of it is, picture this. I want American people to picture this. We have our American congressmen walking around with a thing on their face in bold print that says made in China. Boy, they must be laughing at China when they look at those pictures.
Congressman, they are. There have been reports that local media is literally using those pictures and saying, see, it's the Chinese that made all the PPE that's saving America right now. And so they are taking full advantage of that. But I want to switch gears, take the two topics, what we're seeing at the ports, what we're talking about with the labor shortage, and bring it all back to inflation. Because the other day, my colleague at Fox News, Peter Doocy, asked the president about it, and he cursed at him and didn't answer the question. The problem here is that inflation is a real problem. People are feeling it day to day, and it really is starting to sort of put the noose around the American family's neck.
It is. Without a question. And there's a lack of goods. Literally, I talked to my wife today. She went to the supermarket. It's a large one. No chicken. Can you imagine that in a big supermarket? No chicken at all. Just that aisle is closed down. My point is, there are problems with food on the shelves. There are problems in our stores. And when the president and Jen Psaki says there aren't, they're just not telling the truth. It's that simple. And you know what? The inflation is going to stick around because, again, of this constant pushing of the vax mandates, which just some people don't want to do. Some people are going to quit. Some people are going to leave. They're going to work less. Whatever the issue is, he's even going to create more inflation. Too much money chasing too few goods. I mean, it's like Afghanistan. I know it's different, but he's doing everything in reverse. They're doing everything wrong. As I said, it's a cascading failure.
Well, and let me just add to that, right? You've got the president saying, I want to pass Build Back Better in chunks. The child tax credit, for example, we keep handing out these checks to people on a monthly basis. You're going to be putting even more money into the system. So add that to all the problems you just mentioned, and you would expect that inflation would become actually worse than what it is right now.
It very well will. I have a feeling that it will, and it's a real problem and challenge. And what's even going to be worse yet, they're going to probably increase interest rates. When they do that, you have the problem, the double hit of inflation and possibly a recession or stagflation. So this is serious stuff. You know, the economy, it's just like the military. It has to be run right. You have to do the right things. And when you have somebody that makes a mistake at every single level, every single time, you're obviously going to have problems. I honest to God, I think the world must look at the United States and say, what the hell happened to this country?
Wow. Congressman Jeff Van Drew, thank you so much for joining us, and we will follow up with you, see how this all plays out. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.